Alrighty, I think we're good to at least start the cast. So, good afternoon, everyone. It's February 16th here in Chicago, Sunday afternoon. My name is Elvin, also known as Epoxy, and for today's game, will be Illinois Tech Division C League of Legends as they take on Illinois Wesleyan University JV team here for the CSL C Star League, Collegiate Star League, Gold League. So this is actually the last game of the group stage of the regular format for this gold bracket. And from what I have been told, the teams that place within the top four of their respective brackets will be able to move on into the playoff stage. And taking a quick look at IIT's win-loss record, they are actually right now currently 9-2, ranked second in their bracket as well, actually. So I think they should be okay to secure themselves through the bracket. Hold on, I just got kicked out of lobby. Re-invite when you can. Okay. So, yeah, only a couple of losses that they've had. Take a quick look at the standings. Well, the teams right now are currently in Pro Draft, so they're getting their picks and bans selected, and will once we go into that official format, we'll be able to commentate on that. But Illinois Institute, yeah. So CSL, these guys are in the Central 3 bracket, in the Central 3 group. And so yesterday they actually did have a match as well. We were not able to have someone available to cast that, but it was against Northwestern University, Northwestern Wildcats, and they did win against the Hawks. So Hawks lost a 1-2, pretty hard-fought series from the sounds of it. But I believe that they were a player down from one of their normal roster. Pirate Juan, the Division 3 captain, was away for a another sports commitment, lacrosse, I think. So I think this is the full roster though for today's game against IWUJV. And as a matter of fact, actually, IW Wesleyan is currently, looks like they're 7-3, maybe 8-3. I think they had a forfeit. So with this win, they might be able to tie themselves up with IIT at second place. We'll have to see. Oh, is this one of those dumb things where the code doesn't actually work properly or something? I have to go to the... Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I think it's something when, if the lobby stays too long, it'll just automatically kick you out or something like that. So... looks like both teams are getting ready to go, so we should be able to start our stream. Anyone watching us today, appreciate you stopping by. If you're new to Illinois Tech Esports, feel free to ask us any questions. We're a org started up in 2015, been running this for about a couple of years now, but should be fun. It's going to be getting ourselves started. Let's get some of that pick band music going on. Alright, so first game, looks like Illinois Tech will be on the blue side. It's going to be JMars9 there in the top lane. She's an Eggs jungle, Disperogi mid, Pirate Windows bottom, and Wicked Scotty support. Things gonna get started with the Cass mid ban and the Olaf jungle ban there for IIT. Wesleyan's going to respond back with the Brand and Sivir ban. So Brand looking like that's probably targeted towards Wicked Scotty. Looking like that kind of aggro style mage support might not be something that IWU wants to deal with, and it's going to actually be another support ban there from IWU with the Thresh ban taken away there from Wicked Scotty. Final ban from IIT for the first phase is going to be the Mordekaiser, and getting ourselves started with the picks. It's going to be JMars9 on that signature Darius once again. Set now going to be selected there for IWU, and that's one of the newer champions, hoping that IIT has the tools and knowledge to be able to play against that. And then it's going to be the Echo Jungle there for IWU, and then IIT responds with the Kane Jungle and Rise Mid, another signature champion for almost all three of these IIT top jungle and mid. We've casted a lot of games with these, know what they're capable of. Gonna have to see, you know, not sure if it's a one trick or just something that they're really familiar with playing, but you know, we've seen them each of them been able to carry the games in their own right. So will IWU, you know, letting these picks go through, do they have an answer to that, a comp or a draft from their coach or team, whatnot, to be able to respond to that, you know, potential to carry a game through those guys? But it's going to be the Orianna picked for the last phase, in the first phase of picks for IWU, and then with the second phase of bans, it's going to be Morgana and Syndra removed there by IIT, and then Leona. 3 supports now. They are focused on Wicked Scotty and Pirate Windows down. They do not want to give any chance to have IIT's bot lane be comfortable. They're going to try to put Varus down, and in fact, they actually looks like they've probably taken the Caitlyn away from Pirate Windows as well. Bicarbonate there, IWU's bottom with that, and the center support. And so it's going to look like the they're opting to use for IIT support will be the Nautilus, and we're going to get ourselves started in the game in a bit. There's going to be a 3-minute delay, so we will hop into the a quick break, and when we get back, it will be game 1 between IIT versus Wesleyan. Thanks, everyone. Alrighty, welcome back. 3-minute delay has nearly expired and we're going to get ourselves onto the Rift. And if you're just tuning in, again, this is going to be the first game of the series for a best of 3 between Illinois Tech's Division C team against Illinois Wesleyan University IWU JV team. And last game of the season, this will definitely, if IIT is able to get this win, I believe they secure themselves second place confidently, and will ensure that they definitely go into the next into the bracket playoffs. But for IWU, a win here could mean, I believe, that they tie up with the Hawks, in fact. So will be a tight match. You know, another, as you know, all the Illinois schools are starting to battle it out. This is definitely a chance to see where the up-and-coming talent's going to be. It will be IIT splitting themselves off here. It's going to be J Mars 9 with that ghost Jerry Fish there with a TP to counteract that. But going over the comp once again, it's actually going to be Disparogi and Bicarbonate running right into each other, and he's going to have to flash right out, not even going to risk it. That's some pretty poor pathing, leaves that Caitlyn in a pretty vulnerable spot. Pirate Windows is going to take a Caitlyn Peacemaker to the face, but IIT is going to go check all throughout the jungle and will be spotted by a ward that has been placed by IWU's support. Taking a quick look actually at the rosters, it's going to be Jerry Fish there for IWU's top. Kogwa, I'm sorry. It's going to be a flash auto from the Senna, and these guys are still looking for it. IWU now gonna have to opt to take have the Caitlyn stand all the way in the back, and Echo Kogwa there on the Echo jungle, Papa John Doe there on the Ori mid, Bicarbonate, Caitlyn, ADC, and Senna support on Ivory Keys. It's going to be J Mars 9 though, running right up into the Echo and the set, but he's going to try to do what he can to prevent them from looking at that buff, but IIT will be able to take this blue buff pretty confidently, I think. Don't think that IWU's bottom is going to even risk that, and that will be Cheese and Eggs there on his signature Kane, and that will be a very behind Echo, as he will have to take these camps on his lonesome. Pirate Windows able to capture this first wave up, and so will the Caitlyn with another Peacemaker, I believe, and that's going to be a nice hook there from Wicked Scotty to start things off. The Aftershock will not go through on them, but shouldn't be too much of a worry there. Will be Nautilus going for popping a pot right from the get-go, but that's going to be Cheese and Eggs coming in for another gank, and another play there could be setting that Caitlyn really behind, as she had already used a flash from the pre-early invade there by the Hawks. Some pretty fast pacing already that we're seeing. Kane will be coming back here after finishing the Wolves and the ganks to start his way through the red camps. And we'll have the luxury to be able to go for those kind of approaches as the Echo now just finishing up his rev, and now just start getting to his way started with the Krugs. Will be having the junglers be a little behind than usual. Nautilus is going to have both of his pots popped, but that's going to be an Ares Senna, actually, as a support. You know, normally nowadays in pro play, I'm seeing the Senna ADC with the Glacials. It's pretty annoying, I won't lie, but with the outrange, you know, from Caitlyn's auto against Ferris, it's really Wicked Scotty that's going to have to set things up. I'm kind of interested about the, you know, the 5 bans all dedicated towards IIT's bot lane, looking like they're confident IWU maybe that they can handle it on their other lanes, but it is going to be Papa John Doe pushing this lane up here. We'll be having the Ori spot out the Kane for a potential gank, but Wicked Scotty once again going in, landing everything. That's going to be one more auto that can kill it, but Pirate Windows does not look like he wants to risk it. It's going to be, in fact, the Echo and the Darius going against each other, but another fight here. Just going to be Bicarbonate dodging way too deep. The autos are not going through. Cheesnake still wants to go for it. He will be able to get the kill onto the Senna. That's going to be a very low Caitlyn. Do they want to risk another dive? Coco is going to fall, going to be able to take down this Pierogi, but J Mars is going to be looking at a 1v2 situation. Going to have to try his darndest. That's going to be Papa John Doe with no mana. but will be able to take down the Darius, and a lot of fighting already starting. IIT, though, Wicked Scotty does not want to give a chance for IW to have any spacing as all as I think they went for too rash of a dive there, looking like they might have taken a turret shot as well, in fact. It's going to be Nautilus coming back with a cloth armor. That'll definitely help against some of that poke there from them, but not sure. Now Caitlyn still not with her flash available, and this will be the wave here pushing in IWU's favor, but Kane's not going to be here yet. He's actually still going to have to, now with the double buff, get his way started towards clearing the blue buffs. It's going to be, though, that set is going to be actually pretty behind, but he will have a kill to come back with the Stinger. And there is looking like he's getting himself started with that Triforce build. Looks like Senna will be going here for a pretty big roam here. I'm not sure about this pathing. Looking like the Senna just doesn't want to be around here. Just spread out some vision as the Caitlyn had already back. She's going to come back with the BF sword, though, against a no item Varus. Will look like he's probably going to have to back perhaps after this wave. Otherwise, they're going to be in a pretty bad spot. It will be the Senna and Echo being able to be spotted out by IWU's, by IIT's ward. You're going to have to step all the way back to Sprogi, though. Going to be available to see this, and Kane will be responding by taking some of that jungle, but Sprogi's still sending a couple of, a little bit of harass there, and this IWU roam doesn't end up paying off. Varus going to be starting himself with that Ginsu's build from the looks of it. Desbrogi doing well on his own to be keeping even with the Orianna. Will be Senna still roaming around here. This Scuttle will finally spawn. It's second time, I believe, and now Kogor and Ivory will make their effort in taking it down. Kane's not going to be there as he's just finishing up his Krugs. There's going to be a lot of spacing here from IWU. Not too much lane presence there. You know, these guys have been stuck inside the river for quite some time. It's going to give some time for IIT to perhaps freeze this wave in their favor. As it is pushing out, it's going to be Cheese and Eggs, though, on the hunt for this Echo. Echo with some items, and the fight is going to start breaking out. Cheese and Eggs will be able to hop right up over the ward. Orianna's going to be coming around. This is going to be a really weird angle for them, but he's going to be able to go over that wall if he so chooses. IIT looking like they're not going to commit anything more. In fact, just take some time away from IW. Take the time away from the Caitlyn to get any CS, as that Pyro Windows is already pushing a 20 CS lead within the 7.5 minute mark. And that's going to be Nautilus doing some ward duty, as he is actually almost, good lord, 2 levels ahead of the Senna. You know, that big roam from the mid and Senna going all around the map, you know, that definitely does not help things out. But we'll have to see, you know, if IIT, once again, is, you know, too hungry for those kills. It is going to be a level 6 Varus. That's going to be a ton of damage. The flash will go through. She's going to live with just 30 HP. That's going to be a no flash Senna for the next engage. It's pretty close stuff there. Ivory Keys is going to be coming back down. Doesn't look like they're opting for the back, and Cheese and Eggs once here again in the hunt here is going to be Cheese and Eggs trying to go for a kill. The damage will be able to go through. Nice flash there, but Pyro Windows should barely be able to live. No, he stays within the turret range. In fact, he takes that extra turret. Will not be able to get away from that, unfortunately. It looks like just a little bit of a misplay there from him, but it will be looking like the gank goes even 2 for 2. But that's going to be a lot more CS once again. This huge wave here going to be missed out by the Caitlyn, as she's going to have to come back with just some spare items about. But looking like Varus already, you know, already about 700 gold ahead, so should be able to get his first item faster, and if at this rate, I think we'll be able to get also a bit of turret plating off as well. Looking like IIT's, all of their lanes are also left mostly untouched. I haven't talked too much about the top lane, but it doesn't look like J-Mars is going to be getting the kills as easily as we've seen in the past, so it's going to be freezing up this wave here in the top, but Kane's not going to be around the area yet. The XP levels are ahead in favor of IIT. The Echo now only just level 6. Kane will almost be about a full level ahead of him. We'll have to see. You know, the pathing was different between both sides as they had that unusual invade in IIT's favor, but Echo's going to have to get himself started with that red buff, and the Rise will be around. Orianna knows that the Rise is no longer in lane, but Cheese and Eggs is waiting around here from behind. Looking like they might want to be sending some harass. That damage is going to be there from the Kane, and already chunks him to almost under half. Rise will not be in the area, and he's going to be stuck in a rock and a hard place, but the damage is going to be trying to go through. Nice dodge of the ultimate there. Disparoki there to be able to trade back some blows of his own. And then actually in all of that action, I had actually missed the 2v2 interaction, so let me get that back real quick. Between all of that Rise roaming here, looking like Pirate Windows. These are full health guys, you know. So unless Pirate Windows just landed some nutty ult, looking like they're just trying to space the Caitlyn out. Wicked Scotty has an angle right here. He's going to look for it. The ultimate will go through. The auto will go through. And the root will follow through as well onto the center. And that Wicked Scotty is going to be tanky enough with that W to take 2 turret shots, I believe. And 2 kills for IIT there. It's going to be turret plating once again. Another plate there for the Hawks. And even with the 5-man ban, you know, good on IIT to still be able to pull out the advantage. Will be another plate, and will be in now about 10 minutes. IIT leading by about 3.5k gold. It's going to be even another turret plating here, it looks like, from the looks of it. And it will fall. And IIT will definitely be able to back with that Ginsu's in mind for the Varus. Finish up this wave and go for a back to get the Ginsu's. I believe he should have that available. It will be a honey fruit there for the Cheese and Eggs to regen up a little bit. This Brody coming in, but looks like they want to start to fight. This is going to be a very, very weird fight starting things off, but it will be the Echo ult. Going to have to flash himself out. Nice dodge to be able to avoid just any chance of Senna damage, but that's going to be a crucial ult that could, you know, be perhaps more useful in a 2v2 situation against IIT's bot lane. And I apologize, it wasn't Ginsu's. I forgot. It's going to be the Bork there for the Varus first item. With 4 pots, in fact. So they're just looking to keep that aggro up as much as possible. No dragon spawning as of yet, but this Cheese and Eggs is looking. He has the Hawks in a... They have IWU in a tough spot, but the Prestige skin... Going to be able to get her out of a situation like that, perhaps. But Cheese and Eggs is going to be rooted once again. He is stuck in the root. The ult going to follow through. Ivory Keys, no ult to save himself, but will fall. And that's going to be some bonus shutdown gold there for the Senna. Ignite will fall through. But no jungler means that IIT doesn't look like they might want to risk this dragon yet. It's going to be a first item. Wait. I guess he is going for Triforce as well, but the Bramble Vest, an interesting item there for the set. Looks like he just wants to be using that for potential engage, but another dive by the Hawks, and they are not stopping. Let's take a quick look at how it falls together. Will be them pushing up into lane. Nautilus with his hook with his ultimate just to start things off. The root will fall, but from the Caitlyn trap, but that's not going to do much of anything. And Wicked Scotty with the demolish will be able to secure the first turret there in IIT's favor. And these are going to be looking like some big boys now. The Kane available as well to help start things off with an Ocean Dragon. It's going to be an Orianna going to have to deal with this wave. Doesn't look like she'll be able to be there for that fight. Now Pirate Windows joining in as well with the Rise assistance. Looks like this will be first Ocean Drake there secured for the Hawks. And Rise still in the hunt for something perhaps. Does have his ult available, but this wave's going to be pushed all the way up to tier 2 for IWU. turret plating is going to only have a little bit of time left. Looking like top lane, Darius only got one. Mid left mostly untouched, but Wicked Scotty still looking for these fights. Nice hook there, but the turret will not actually grab any aggro. The Q will be able to finish it off. Nice play there from this Pierogi. Demolish once again, helping things out. We'll be able to get some plates as the turret plating will now fall at the 14-minute mark. Meanwhile, Set and Echo trying to see what they can do towards this Rift Herald. Doesn't look like Darius might have to read on it. He's still going to keep himself top lane from the looks of it, and it will be secured there by IWU. But the fight is still there from Pirate Windows. One more auto could have done it, but the flash auto, in fact, the block has to come from Cheese Snakes. Nice block there, but the damage is still going through. The ult cut here from the Kane, Bicarbonate, and IIT. Masterful play there from a 2v2. That got me hype. Heal there, block from the Kane. Honestly, I thought I thought for a wild second that because he was inside the wall, the Caitlyn would just pass right through him, which would also be super triggering, in fact. But Pirate Windows holding on to his flash for that play, only expending the heal to be able to just space himself away from the Caitlyn autos. But it's going to be a very behind Caitlyn, just finishing up that Storm Razors. And IIT's bot lane here looking pretty good right here. 5-1-5 there for that Varus. IWU's got to be able to have an answer to shut him down. Perhaps if Set's going to be able to come into some team play here, you know, with a nice ult, could be the thing that turns it around. But it's going to be IIT setting up some vision here within their blue jungle, sending out some pings as there are now 4 mid from IWU. The Rift Herald buff now in Echo's hands, looking like they might want to be placing it down. This is going to be an open mid lane, in fact. Not sure if IIT's got someone to address this, and it is going to be placed down. IIT yet to converge. Spiroki doesn't look like he's here for this fight. No TP available either. The Hawks are going to be late for this. Don't think that they can just start the fight off from the get-go, but it will be a flubbed Orianna ult. It will be a Varus ult to be right in the middle, rooting that Orianna, but the damage is not going to be there. Set with his ult is going to be a very low Wicked Scotty. Damage is barely going to be through. Nice block once again from Cheese Snakes, but J-Mars is going to be in this fight. This fight is still going on. J-Mars is going to be getting things started with the Set. And the pacing there onto the Caitlyn. They're going to blow 2 flashes just to be able to make sure they can get her before she was able to kill. And IIT playing as a 5-man unit, playing pretty cohesively. The pacing, you know, IW was definitely ahead of it for sure, but the damage from that Varus, and oh my goodness, the Kane blade just scythes right through her heart, and that will be the tier 1 and tier 2 falling. And IIT now at a comfortable 10k lead has been taking everything away from IWU. Not even 1 kill going through really for the past like 5 minutes here from IWU. Everything here falling into place, only the tier 1 top available. Cheese Snakes even going so far to take away all of these Echo's camps. He's going to be 3 levels ahead, in fact, from this Echo. So he will not be having a fun day at all. And even it gets the last Scythe, just completely shut out this Echo. It will be the Darius coming back, finishing up that Triforce, starting his way towards, I believe, Black Cleaver? I don't remember what the items... No, Black Cleaver is... I think it is? My memories... I'm really bad with my item prioritization and item builds besides stuff for support. But will be the Infernal Dragon spawning in just a bit. Darius is going to be running right here to Set. He doesn't have a Ghost available, and Jerry will not have any Flash available to get from this fight. But looking like he'll be able to walk away from this, but will be able to not have a TP available for this drag. Will be the plant coming in. It is going to be some big damage there from the Kane. Cheese Snakes, in fact, going pretty much for a 2v2. Caitlyn now going to have to... Senna, excuse me, will have to walk pretty much all the way to her turret. Nautilus will be lying in wait. Yomu's going to be activated by Cheese and Eggs. And that's going to be Ivory trying to take some, but Wicked Scotty with the Q from downtown is going to be able to connect on the Senna. And it should be the Infernal there secured for IIT. J-Mars taking a couple turret shots, keeping Jerry at bay. Ian sends out the emote dab just to see if he can bait J Mars, but he's not going to fall for that, buddy. Will be this tier 2 now getting started here from the Hawks, Disparogi, and Pirate Windows available. Rise not going to have his ult yet, but I don't think they're going to have to look for anything of that sort yet. In fact, you're just going to root that Echo down, and that damage is going to... The Q will not connect, but the Q from Rise will not connect, but Q with that Varus arrow will be able to pierce right through Echo. And will be taking this turret now at just under 1k health. J-Mars coming here around, does have the cleave and the guillotine available to take them out. Wicked Scotty lying at wait with the demolished, lying in wait with the ult coming up in about 15 seconds. And IIT look like they want to just end this game right now before pre-20 minutes, in fact. Look, setting themselves up for some vision, putting some stuff above the wall if they have anything available. And will be a two-man approach here. Disparogi and Cheese and Eggs here around the mid. Will be the Senna lying right in between. But it's really going to have to try to see what they can do. The wave clear is available there from the Orianna. It's going to be, regardless, Bicarbonate going to be falling instantly there. The ult from Orianna will be able to root him. The damage just barely keeping Papa alive. J-Mar is going to be starting off that guillotine. It is going to be a flash for flash. Jellyfish trying to lie in wait, but it's going to be another guillotine there onto the Senna. Will be set, finally ulting himself right there, but at what cost? It's going to be 3 members alive there for IIT, and will be the first inhib secured for the Hawks. They won't have a wave here to help them out for the mid, so it looks like they're going to have to go for the recall. And Varus still untouched with that 2 items. Continues to build up that KDA. And doing their due diligence and just once again not giving that Echo any chance to come back to the game with no CS available. You know, the laners are the ones that are going to have to grab it to try to just keep themselves relevant in the game. That's going to be, unfortunately, you know, putting Echo in a really rough position where his utility is pretty much just trying to see if he can set up the W and the stun of perhaps maybe a finishing ult, but that damage is not going to be there. Meanwhile, Kane already going to have the Dustblade probably finished up here pretty soon. Vision being set up here for Baron. Cheese and Eggs still lying in wait, trying to find who he can. He looks like he's got his set sight on the Orianna. Will be starting things off. She is going to have the ult available, try to get herself away, but just one auto. And so much damage there from Cheese and Eggs, and it's going to make perhaps IWU rethink about those pick bans for the second game if IIT does in fact take this victory. It's going to be just the Scythe just cutting already a third of her health, and that's going to be a Rise TP coming here all the way on the bot wave. It looks like they're going to try to force IWU's hand. It's going to be this mid wave here pushing. Doesn't look like they have anyone to contest for it. IW trying to just do what they can to keep that turret alive. It will be the one Nexus turret, just about a third of its health off, but Cheese and Eggs with no ult available. Ori does have hers, could be a big play. The TP from the Rise, from Rise Ultimate, not going to be taking anybody there, but will be another wave of supers here. Will be Cheese and Eggs lying in wait. The Scythe from the Kane is just cleaving right through. The poke from IIT just too much for IWU to even want to risk, but it's got to be a play made pretty soon. But it will be the hook landing in. It will be J-Mars taking the first kill. It will be him taking the third kill, and this could be a penta perhaps. Pirate Windows turning on big here, having his passive, having the autos, and look at him go. The dive perhaps coordinated. Nope, will be a TP coming through. Will be and we're all going to die for it anyway. And we are all going to take this game 1 win. IIT 30-9. 47.5k gold to 32.6. Well played there from the Hawks. Well played on the bot lane to be able to still carry out through the game despite pick bans all focused on them. Alright, reinvite. Let's take it back to the lobby. and that's going to be IIT putting themselves on the board early, 1-0 in this series, making quite the statement there. Gonna have to see. I mean, you know, IWU's bot lane definitely not having an answer to that Nautilus engage. Maybe they, even to the point where IIT definitely had some misplays during the 2v2, and they were able to get some kills, but, I think it's just really the setup not being able to play that champion correctly to the point where they can, land a Q, harass, trying to space yourself behind the minions, but, we'll have to see. I think that's going to be one of those games where you type down support difference in all chat. Yeah, Wicked Scotty with, I believe, 3 bans, Thresh, Leona, Brand, of all things. Like, the man, you can't just dedicate your bans towards one role. IIT is definitely able to have some diversity within their comps. They don't all just one trick things entirely. Well, there's Cheese and Eggs Kane, but that's pretty much the only thing I can think of that really he dedicates himself to that only. And to good use. I mean, we saw him able to pretty much go in some for some engages 1v2. Senna Caitlyn, I think, near that dragon fight for Inferno, I believe, and then just able to hunt out even like somebody like Orianna, a control mage of that caliber. So when you get those items, though, that's just pretty much what will close out the game. So let's take a check, see what our next tourney code will be. I'm gonna get myself into here. I'll hop right into there. Looking like they're going to opt for the Reds. They're gonna have IWU. Looks like they'll be picking the blue side for this game too. And if I was the coach for IWU, I would say, definitely just don't respond to jungle invades with that kind of level of unawareness. I think the Senna, only having the ward at the blue buff doesn't allow her to see beyond that bend. If I was trying to put a conservative ward, if I'm not seeing anyone, right, near that 1:15, 1 minute mark, like, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not there. They can just be still hiding in that bush, and they did not have a ward there placed. And so just because they saw them, I think if Echo just opted straight from the get-go to just start red buff, I think from the top lane, he might have definitely been able to have a much easier time through his jungle phase, as that really set him behind, as the Kayn did have a leash. And then the 2v2, I think IWU, they've got to realize that, if we can't win the 2v2, then we just got to focus ourselves on something really conservative. Caitlyn, I think, is fine, but the Senna is not a conservative pick. Senna, in order to be useful, you need to be like chunking the ADC practically as an ADC to be useful. I think maybe something more just support, heal, shield driven, like Nami, Lulu, Janna, to just space away IIT's diving a bit potential, I think, and Lulu's polymorph or anything of the sort might have been more useful there for the bot lane comp. I think if they dedicate their comps, maybe if they dedicate their bans instead on like the J Mars, Kane, this Pierogi, they can maybe try to be able to put those lanes ahead. But anyway, I'm not their coach. This is not giving IIT's inner trade secrets, I hope, in terms of, okay, Elvin, whose side are you on? I'm on IIT's side, alright? But that doesn't mean I can't be having some bias or giving some, holistic review of these guys. I think the pro draft is probably going to get started. We could sub this bot for ADC. That's funny. Not sure if they've had the pick bans go through yet, but if I'll see if they post up a link, we'll just go and wait. But not too sure what the play will be. So is pro draft already done? I forgot to actually look at the damage charts, but if I had to guess, it'd probably be like J probably Pirate Windows on the top. J Marsh second. Actually no. Pirate Windows top, Kane second, J Marsh third, Disbrogi fourth. Yeah, I didn't really see too much action in terms of a 1v1 mid. He had a nice play though in a like a 1v3, 2v3 situation or something like that, where he the big rotation with the Herald that Kogwall put down from IWU. That was, I think they could have played that to their advantage if they were able to space themselves apart. But the IIT coming from all sides, I don't think they have vision control inside those bushes. They don't know where they were coming from, and he lands a really nice ult right into the middle of the pack onto that Orianna. So, I guess instead of just hearing my voice drone on and on, I'm just gonna mute myself, and as their pro drafts are going on, I'll just put in some sideline music, but I won't go on a full commercial break. And when we come back, we'll in the next few minutes, then we'll get ourselves started. looks like picks and bans have started. Both teams have finished up their pro draft. So let's get ourselves started with some of the action. Give me a sec to bring back the music. Let's do this one. Alright. So, first round of bans there from IWU on the blue side. It's going to be the Nautilus, Brand, and Darius looking like for the first phase. So, Jellyfish not wanting to deal with that once again. But IIT is going to respond with their first set of bans with the Olaf, Cassiopeia, and Mordekaiser ban once again. So, IIT look like they're keeping themselves consistent with the bans. I believe... Yeah, if I have the screen in front of me for the first game. So, first game, IIT once again did Cass, Olaf, Mordekaiser. So, IWU adjusting their play style or roster pick bans with that first phase and getting their picks on the way with the Jellyfish on that top once again. But it's going to be Kogwa instead of the Echo who will be seen on that new Willump. And then to round it out, it's going to be a little bit tankier. Oh no. I was going to say a Galio mid, but perhaps a misplay? A misclick? Thank you, are bad. Uh-oh. Oh, more client issues, unfortunately, it looks like. Doesn't look like there's been any switches in the roster either, so both teams are still going to keep up with the same 5-mans. But yeah, I think the Darius ban was correct. Gonna have to see what else did they do? They took out the Brand, and I think they took out Nautilus of all things. I don't think Wicked Scotty mains Nautilus, but it looks like they just don't even want that as an option. Definitely Wicked Scotty just able to push the game forward on his own 2v2, like just to start up those plays, and IW did not have to answer in terms of like what to do against that. Guess sorry for that disruption, but it looks like they're back in the pick ban phase. Hopefully nobody drops out or misclicks anything in this second round, but you never know. I've played enough college games or been in enough college games that for esports that always expect the worst. I believe it was a Yorick there for J Mars and a Cheese and Eggs on the Kane once again. So hopefully they pick it correctly this time. Who knows? What if it wasn't Yorick though? No, it is going to be locked in there. Yorick there with 4J Mars and Kane once again for Cheese and Eggs. I'm surprised they thought that Darius was more of a problem than the Kane. I felt like the Kane was able to just shut down like IW's chance of like having a fun bot lane every single time. Like early game after the invade. You know, he was still there, and then you know, a lot of times they got away. They barely had from IWU got away. They only had like 15 health remaining, so you know, just like a small misclick from IIT would have been able to secure the deal for him. But in any case, going to look like it is going to be this first phase of picks. It is going to be Disbrogi on that Syndra. Perhaps he got a Rise ban. But again, I think Galio versus... Yeah, no, it was going to be a Rise ban. I was going to say, I think Galio versus Rise, as long as you... I mean, Galio's... You're not going to max W, are you in mid? For the MR? No, I wouldn't imagine so. But it's going to be the Rise and Silas there taken out from IWU. And IIT will finish it up with the Echo Jungle, of all things, and Fizz. So, you know, Echo, Nunu CC versus Echo CC. If Nunu gets those balls rolling and IIT's not able to disengage correctly, could spell some trouble, but Vayne with her Condemn will be able to definitely stop some, you know, channel, her Nunu's channel, ult channel, if they're able to, if she saves that for him. And it will be looking like the second phase is going to lock it in here with IWU on that Misfortune, MF, and Leona support duo there for Ivory Keys. So it's going to be... That's a pretty heavy 2v2. That's a pretty heavy duo combination there. But Pyre Windows is going to bring things out with the main ADC. Really interesting that one with even the Caitlyn and Sivir available. He's going to be trying something new, it looks like, and Vel'Koz is going to be there for Wicked Scotty, and once again another one of those very high potential, high damage potential supports. But if the Leona's able to sidestep some of that harass and keeps her CC up, you know, and outpaces that Vel'Koz, honestly, just go for like Moby Boots first item, just spank him if you were IWU. But yeah, Vayne early game, not always going to be the best, you know, to get things started. So let's get it started. It is going to be hitting now on that 3-minute spectate delay. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, game 2 between Illinois Tech versus Illinois Wesleyan University. Alright, we are back into the game. However, looking like we're already hit with a pause, and it looks like the conversation is towards a new glitch. I am unaware if CSL has made any statements on Nunu being playable. And I'm not sure if IWU is actually playing dumb and trying to say that's not a thing. Hopefully not. Again, I'm not too sure if this had been communicated by CSL admins if Nunu was playable or not, but looks like they might have to. Coach said you're gonna have to provide proof it happened then if we want to remake the game. Alright, well now you want to challenge it? Okay, now I'm looking at CSL rules to see if they talked about if Nunu's playable or not. Because anytime you try to weasel your way out of this kind of crap. Let me see. Yes. What is the last day a player could change name? Is Nunu still banned? Yes. Get the fuck out of here. Hold on. No, it's 100% disabled. This was sent yesterday. Contact CSL and remake. I don't think that's fair. Well, we'll have to see. If they opt to go with it, then they can, but they can't complain if they lose the game, unfortunately. And I really hope IWU actually has the integrity to actually not abuse champions just because of that. But we'll have to see. I mean, if it really proves out to a situation that it's actually unplayable to be against it, I mean, what can you do? It will be Ivory Keys running right there into members of IIT. The Yorick not going to go with a wall, and will be able to spot it by a Tribush ward. So good on them to actually spread out correctly, but will still be IIT on the hunt for a couple of members from IWU, and Disperoki going to be starting things off with a Q. Will be tapped 3 times by a Galio Pizza to the face from Birdio. Oh, they should have just done Sivir Leona. I'd go for the skin synergy. But, hold on. I want to see, like, did the CSL post this in their all chat? Because then that's just making me wonder if they straight up just didn't look at this stuff. I'm too distracted now. I have no clue. In any case, hoping that IIT will still be able to prevail above this, and it will be the Nunu going for. Sorry, gotta change some of my slides. Alright, it will be Nunu starting on that blue buff on his lonesome, but will be able to be healthy enough to sustain, and Kane will be going for an invade of his own, and will be uncontested against this red buff. And it looks like IWU, even with starting off the CS earlier, is already right back into the backseat as Wicked Scotty just seems to be laying in all of that damage, and level 2 will be hit right there. Kane's going to be coming in with the red buff, but will not be able to have much more assistance from Disperoki as she does not have an E to displace anybody out. Nunu will be coming in from behind here on the top Tribush, but doesn't look like they're going to be running into anything. Cheese and Egg's going to be looking for an invade of his own. Both of these guys won't see each other, I think, until the last second. The ward will be placed. Nunu is going to be found. And he will have the knowledge that that red buff is taken away from him. Slane pushing up now here. IWU final level 2. The MFQs will definitely hurt either Pirate or Wicked Scotty if that damage is able to crit itself like that. Well, actually it won't because she didn't kill it, but you know what I mean. This is going to be one of those games where you're kind of hoping for the Ocean Drakes in favor. Q, once again, actually not going to get that crit. But Scotty's sending in these long shots from all over. And that's a pretty generous cooldown on MF. Did they buffer? I forgot. I think they did. Ivory Key's going to be looking in for an approach here. Nunu is going to be available, but the knock-up there from Vel'Koz, well played. And in fact, that damage is going to be there in Kog'Maw. If the Ignite follows through, it is going to be Leona coming all the way in, but Wicked Scotty with that Ignite still available. IIT is still in the hunt for it. Ignite is going to come here of all places. The knock-up will be there. The damage is not going to be the heal going to be available. That's going to be an MF with no mana. Heal used at the expense to keep the Leona alive. Wicked Scotty, why didn't you use the Ignite on the Nunu, dude? Unfortunately, looking like the Hawks had a bit of a miscommunication there, and Cheese and Eggs is going to be coming around there onto Jellyfish. He is going to see him behind this bush, but won't be able to do anything about it. Kog'Maw taken too low earlier in the 2v2. Nice outplay there from the Hawks. Wicked Scotty, though, is not going to be doing too well on that mana. Is only going to have enough maybe for 1 or 2 more combos. And unfortunately, a useless Vel'Koz is pretty much just tickle damage there for the Leona if she's able to look for an all-in. She is going to have that Ignite available against Vel'Koz, so will be spotted by this ward. But doesn't look like they want to opt for any more, as that is going to be Vayne already just hitting 5 minutes into the game, already at a almost 10 CS lead. It's going to be Wicked Scotty, though. The spacing here for the Hawks is a little bit awkward, but no ward's going to be actually placed down the Tribush if they run into this Nunu once again. Kayn going to be finishing up these blue camps and probably will be looking for his first back after, so he won't be available for an assist likely. Nunu's going to have to skirmish Saber there for himself, and that's going to pretty much take now Wicked Scotty to only about 1 ability left. A gank here could be favorable here for IWU, but looking like IIT doesn't really want to go past this point of the wall to look for any more damage. And Nunu, though, lying here in wait in the Tribush, is going to be looking all the way to EQ, going to land the Ignite damage going to follow through as well. The heal going to be trying to use Pyre Windows. That's got to block this. Vel'Koz will block it, but he at what cost? The Galio will fall through, but the nice condemn there from Vayne. First blood there for the Hawks. Dab on him, and the emote, baby. That's something that you want to always flex on. And Papa John do, unfortunately, the ult not going to carry through, and that's just going to be giving time for Syndra to push here for this wave, get some turret plating up for her own. Cheese and Eggs just lying here and wait, and IWU in a desperate bid to try to get that Vayne does not achieve that, and at the cost, though, of Vayne's 2 summoners. So actually, in fact, I think the MF even tried to flash just to be able to try to get the damage through, but that's not something you normally try to do. I think they didn't have vision inside the bush. They couldn't risk something. In any case, that's going to be a nice first blood to get the Bilgewater Cutlass for the Vayne as she gets herself started with that Bork. And actually, junglers both kind of behind. Kayn will hit the level 5 after this, and should actually be about a level ahead of this Nunu. So once again, you know, Kog'Maw with his death earlier, or near death situation in that gank bot lane, gives some time for Kayn to farm up some camps and perhaps look for an invade. And so this could be dicey here. It is going to be the Nunu spotting Cheese and Eggs here, begging for help. IIT themselves begging for help, and Galio as well here is going to be stuck in a really tight spot. Going to have to try to dash his way out, but the Leona E will not fall through, but the damage not able to really connect. Wicked Scotty has the control ward, but that's going to be Kayn wasting some precious time, unfortunately, in an attempt to go for the red buff, but does spook off the Nunu, and will be pretty low in the effort of taking it. So if Cheese and Eggs, I don't think in a 1v1 situation will actually be able to do anything about that, but he is going to be looking at a dragon. Cheese and Eggs is going to have to finish off these wolves and perhaps look for some assistance. Vayne is going to be looping herself around. Vel'Koz, only one here into the lane. If he goes up, he could be in a pinch. They are going to opt to move up. They are going to opt to go for this Nunu. This Nunu is going to be just about 200 health. The smite going to come through, but the damage is not Dragon taking to about 800 health. Cheese and Eggs here to help things out. Smite will be able to secure it. We get Scotty there and Syndra to be looking at the Galio. Nothing more. Syndra's going to be 2 and J Mars is going to be pounding away at that scuttle. Haven't, again, my ability to usually not do much casting for the top lane, but these guys are going even. Wet noodle fight doesn't look like any all-ins as of yet. Or maybe. Smoke too soon. That's going to be a nice wall there to keep it. It's going to be the ult to keep that set in place, but he's going to ult himself right out of that. The true damage going to hit there. And the Maiden will be trying to do what she can to drain out those minions, but you know, for the most part, I think Jellyfish almost came out ahead in that fight. The grab there will be coming through the wall, in fact, and a flash play from Jellyfish comes up with him out on top on a 1v1. Glad I actually decided to cast a little bit of that top lane action. But Cheese and Eggs going to be coming up with the red buff. Will know that this set does not have ult, but this is going to be a 2-level advantage. I'm not sure if he can opt for anything else. They're gonna go try for it. The ult gonna come here, but the damage is not there. The true damage from Jellyfish is gonna make him have to deal with it. Gonna have to try to do some sidestepping. The Coco taking 2 turret shots of all things. What the heck is this guy doing? I don't even care about the Nunu bug at this point. Keep playing Nunu, dude. Sorry, that's semi-toxic. I'll have to work on that, but still just trying to stop it from the back. A smite just to be able to dab on him. And this is going to be putting IIT in a pretty nice spot. Nice ultimate onto Bicarbonate. Wicked Scotty nearly able to finish him off. Ivory Keys taken very low there with the 3 proc on that Vayne. And Galio is going to have to try to see if he can look for a saving ult. He is going to be walking up into lane here, but IIT, that's going to be a Vayne with ult available. Outplay potential is there. I don't think the members from IWU are going to risk it, though. They are going to look like they're going to commit to this back and miss out onto this wave, but Syndra's not going to be here to capture any turret plating. I don't understand this play. Why don't just get the turret plate? You've got a full wave here. He's missing out on this, and now you're just going to deny more XP from these guys. There is no way you're going to be able to get anything here with Galio in mind. I'm not sure about that, but these guys are going to be pushing themselves here onto the wave, but bot lane's going to be back just for it. And yeah, you could have gotten yourself 60 gold, 70 gold, Syndra. Yeah, you're not even barely that much ahead. I don't know about that. I really am not a fan of that. Rome, whatever. I think he was just trying to beat her because he thought that, oh, MF and Leona stayed, I should beat her too, but I mean, just take the time to grab one of the XP, but Cheese and Egg's going to have to come away. He's going to have to do something pretty dicey to get himself out here. Won't need to worry about it as Syndra is back onto the mid lane, and they will finally get some shots onto this turret. First turret plating there in the mid will fall. Nice little bit of a play there from this Brogy to just stop the Galio from dashing in, but this is going to be a couple members here rotating here around mid, and 4 members now, in fact, of Wesleyan here and about, but that's going to be a level 5 Nunu, in fact, not even level 7 as of yet. We've only seen a couple of snowballs, but that damage is going to be there. Galio going to be getting himself pretty deep. The wall going to come through to keep him in place, but IIT looking like they're going to try to go for a play. Leona ult will not land as Syndra has to flash out, but she will dive on the EQ. That's going to be 5 members there. A 3v5 situation. They're going to have to try to get themselves around. Cheese and Eggs is going to be around here. Wicked Scotty is going to be available here with his ult. I believe it's going to go through Bicarbonate. He's going to have to flash himself out. All of that damage is going to be on Ivory Keys, but this Brogy is not going to be there as of yet. And this is a crazy play here from both sides, but no members of IIT will fall. Both Papa and Jerry will, though, in the process. Practically a 3v5 fight until the Vel'Koz came there with his ult. Vayne not even there, of all things. And we'll have that CS advantage. We'll have some of that shutdown gold. And same here with the Kayn. And looking they're going to be able to punch their way in to take at least this turret to half health. And keeping ourselves in mind that this Infernal is going to be spawning, so IIT is going to have to be keeping those cooldowns into check. Kogo is still level 5, in fact. Will not be able to hit level 6 until, I don't even think from this wave, in fact. These guys are going to have to back if they want to have a chance at going for this Infernal. It is going to be spawning pretty soon. Look at Scotty. Will not have to ult available for that fight, though, from the start. Lying in wait here. I'm not sure about this play. Not really the best position, but IIT still trying to see what they can do. Ivory Keys still looking to see what he can do. Nice dodge down to E. Nice Papa John dude coming in here, but they're still looking for these kind of fights, and I'm not sure about these plays. Gonna have to flash himself out, condemned there from the vein to keep Jellyfish at bay. Well, this grouping is some really slapdash play here from IWU. They're trying to see what they can do to just capture anybody. Leona's ult is forgiving, but she's gonna have to back herself all the way. We'll have a stopwatch to her kit, looking like maybe a Gargoyle's first item, perhaps. Pyre Windows in his ult form will not be able to get any kills with it, but they are setting themselves up by denying as much vision as possible and trying to close them out. Cheese and Eggs is going to be taken very low. The damage will not be there, and he will be finally shut down. And a huge misplay here from the Hawks as they are not ready to just approach for these objectives. They are not together at all. It's going to be Jellyfish having to flash in for the Syndra, and she's going to be taken down too low. Pyre Windows will be knocked up. The heal coming in to flash as well. Going to try to see what they can do onto this dive, and this is going to be pretty much an ace in favor of IWU, and what a misplay here from the Hawks. Trying to shut down this in this jungle play is such a disappointing play there. I don't know why they think that that's a good idea when they haven't backed it. They don't have any items. That's unfortunate for sure. That's going to definitely put some crucial summoners out for IIT, and perhaps spell a way out for IWU to get themselves back into the game. No first turret taken as of yet, so honestly, you know, this is going to give some breathing room. And Kane there as well, too bloodthirsty once again, diving here. You know, it's that game one ego coming into place once again. I don't even have to ask. I already know in his mind. That play style that he's opting for. I can't imagine that they told him to go for that kind of situation, and that will be the Infernal Drake there secured by IWU, but looking like they're going to try to reset the lanes. Set coming back here into the top lane is going to have that Tiamat, and perhaps the Triforce first item before the Ravenous Hydra, I think. Rift Herald is going to be up here. Nunu though, you know, able to get some assists there, especially I think some shutdown. Well, the shutdown gold went to, I believe, the Galio earlier. No, it went down to the set. My mistake. Gonna be able to get something here, but Cheese Snakes is caught all the way from behind. And again, this kind of roaming here from IWU. Ivory will not be able to land ult again, but Bicarbonate is gonna be taken very low. Gonna have to be taking 3 turret shots, but will fall. And these dives, in a 1v2 situation, MF wins in that, for sure, I think. She's not that behind in CS. She is going to miss out on some of these minions, but there is going to be no more turret plating. Yorick now stuck in between. Now with the Galio ult in mind, he's not going to be healthy enough to deal with the damage, but he's going to go for that dive. He is going to be able to take down the Nunu in the process, but Jellyfish is keeping him all the way from behind. He's going to have the thing to keep him away from this. The Scythe will fall, but Ivory Keys is going to be using the Ignite onto the onto the Kane, and he will fall in the process, and that will be 2 kills to 1 in IWU's favor as they push themselves here in the top lane and making pings on this Herald. Now the kill lead in favor of IWU, and IWU looking much better here in the second game as they are able to play around the team against IIT's sloppiness correctly here. And that's what I was talking about, like IIT being way too cocky, trying to shut out this entire jungle for no reason. Just leaving this dragon completely open. Will be the scuttle secured, and will be Kog'Maw grabbing that for himself. IIT going to try to see what they can do, but he's not going to be available. And this is going to be Disbroke actually caught in the middle, but doesn't look like they're going to look for anything more. In fact, it's going to be a lot of damage there onto Bicarbonate. He's going to have to flash out. The MF ult will follow through. But the double kill from the Syndra of all things, and that's that's the thinking emote for sure there. Not something that you expect in terms of really an outplay. In fact, just really a misplay from IWU, but will even up the kill scoreboard. 10-10 there. Pirate Windows probably looking like he's opting for that. Maybe PD, maybe Ginsu's. I don't know. Ginsu's is not a thing on Vayne, right? It's gotta be like PD. But on this Vayne, you know, we're out of the early game phase, and so that even in that early game phase, Vayne holding out pretty well on her own. And now they will finally have some first turrets to their names as well. 2 kills will definitely help Syndra as she gets herself towards a blasting wand. And in a 1v1 situation, looking like Jellyfish outplays a 1v2 situation, in fact. If he showed up and he ulted him right, I swear to God. I swear to God if you did it. I swear to God if you did it. Oh my God, not even. The damage just from Set is just nutty, and Kane takes it all in the face. Oh my. It's going to be giving some time for Nunu to catch up here in terms of XP though for sure. Will be able to get himself this red buff as now 3 members are around here. Disbroki is going to be taken very low. Barely avoids the E, but nice condemn here perhaps. MF is going to be taken very low. The heal will be there to keep her just alive. Vayne going to try to turn on if she can. The stun will be there. Pyro Windows with a 1v3 outplay perhaps. This guy is nuts. This guy is actually nuts. Pyro Windows, nice 1v3 play there. The stun from Leo came through, but unfortunately not able to focus him down. And in that process, actually, the Nunu, I think, tried to focus on somebody here for no reason. I don't understand. I don't understand why. Like, just help your team. Maybe they thought they had it, but against a pretty big Vayne like that, that's going to definitely help her. And with a tier 2 in mind as well, if they're able to get this, maybe. They got to do it fast. All right, there you go. So that's going to be, you know, in that huge play. You know, at first they were even in the kill board, but now they already have back up onto the board with a 6k gold lead. And now this Cloud Dragon spawning is going to have IWU not there available. They're not going to have any vision of it. But once again, IIT not going to start it off yet. I don't know what's influencing them to go for this. Like, just why are they trying to get picks like that? Close combat fighting is definitely IWU's favor with the Galio CC, with that in mind. But Nunu's not going to have flash available to get himself over. He's going to get instantly popped. And the Galio ult will be coming in too late, not going to be helping anything out. Cheese and Egg still wants to go for these fights, and of everything, oh my God. Ah! Damage will be able to go through. Condemn will be able to keep that MF in place. Pirate Windows, though, gonna be going for that play, and oh my goodness, this IIT is not messing around this time. Will be able to finally coordinate a successful dive, but that's Cheese and Eggs. Cheese and Eggs diving into enemy hard CC like Leona is just like the most ballsy Chad thing you can actually do, because like the only reason Kane is good is because of his mobility, right, and his ability to combo. But if you just keep him in place with one Leona Q or an E, like if you focus correctly on that, you're a goner. But looks like IWU is not available to do that. It will be the 30-second warning for Eye of the Herald. That news got to be placing it down soon. No tier 1s falling, in fact, and oh, Cheese and Eggs barely dodges out of that one. Under turret aggro as well. We'll be popping the Herald there onto the bot lane, but IIT will be converging for that from the looks of it. It will be J-Mars and Set still going at it. You know, despite the kill KDA there from the Set, not having the most insane of gold leads. In fact, you're doing a good job on keeping even with that by matching it with the CS. And will be another blue buff denied by the Nuno. He's going to be coming empty-handed there. Unfortunately, Leona does have the Moby Boots to keep her eye out for it, but she's not going to be too healthy in terms of just having the Negatron will be likely what actually caused her to fall in that 1v3 situation with Vayne turning on. And I misspoke. It is Ginsu's. I don't know why I forget my ADC builds, man. Yorick's going to be caught very precariously here. He's not going to have to flash. He used it earlier. And it will be a 5-man top. The question mark ping coming out. All chat the ping, dude. This is now 2 turrets here free for IIT. But in a desperate play just to make something happen, they're going to try to go for it. Baron, of all things, they are going to try for it. Oh, good God. That's going to be a very healthy dragon. That's going to be only the Infernal there to assist. Vel'Koz going to be coming here all the way around. Will they have the read on it? They are going to see him. That's going to be a very low Kog'Maw. That's going to be a very damaging Baron. Bicarbonate will fall. Ivory Keys will fall to the Syndra. And what a misplay from these guys. IWU is, unfortunately, not able to actually commit themselves for this dragon, and IIT meanwhile will try their hand at it. Jerryfish, excuse me, is big, but it's not going to commit himself for it. It's going to be Wicked Scotty and Pirate Wood is going to try to do what they can. I think they have the damage to just barely go through. It will be 5 members alive here. It will be IIT able to secure that Baron for them, getting themselves into that Baron power play, and now at a 10k gold lead as well. Nunu, once again, about 3 levels behind, not able to keep himself up with the jungle XP, getting so many of his camps denied. Cheese and Eggs now could probably take his Gromp, or, excuse me, finish off this tier 1 top from the looks of it. Oh no. Don't take too much aggro, dude. There you go. So it will be J Mars and Cheese Snakes hitting themselves towards this tier 1. Only a Leona to face them, but IWU begging for help in this top lane, and begging for some help as this Baron empowered minions are falling away. But Ivory Keys is going to be going in for it. It's going to be J Mars soaking up the damage where he can. It's going to be the Ignite following through, but nice play there from Cheese Snakes to avoid the damage from Leona, excuse me, from Set with that ult play. It's going to be 2 lanes here being an approach here. Going to be no cannon minion here for IIT in the mid, but will be Disparogi taking the Papa Fondue pretty low here in terms of the Galio mid. Will be Cheese Snakes still lying in wait. Will look like Cheese Snakes wants to go for the fight. Will be the Scythe falling through. Will be Disparogi here in the hunt. Will be Jerryfish trying to ult Cheese Snakes, but that's not going to come through. And if all things, a flash being used on the Vayne. Not sure about that one. There was something earlier that I might have missed, but I'm going to hope it's a misplay, but it's going to be Disparogi taken very low. It is going to be him stunned. It is going to be the MF following through. Barely tries to avoid it. Nice play there from IIT Pirate. Windows will fall to the MFQ, though, to the face. I thought we were going to see another 1v3 situation after life, but Cheese Snakes is confident just trying to do this on his own. It's going to be Wicked Scotty there for the assistance, but the damage, true damage, will be there. This heal able to keep him just alive. Smite, I believe, used there earlier, but in all of that chaos, J Mars is going to commit himself for this top lane, will commit himself onto that MF, and will be able to get that kill and the inhib. 2 inhibs there fallen. Cloud Drake will be spawning up soon, but not looking like IWU is going to try to make an attempt for it, if anything. Will be Vel'Koz placing down some vision, but not likely going to start it on his own. He's going to wait for his team. IE going to be started there from the Vayne, and I think had some shutdown gold. So 400 there for the Set. The Q to the face 650. That's going to help a little bit, but I mean in terms of yeah, only it's not the most behind. That's able to come back. This Nunu will not be able to come back. And yeah, the Galio, two big roams from him earlier in the bot lane when his lanes were really low. That sent him behind. And then also the ult misplay that he tried to ult here. Those were like some really 2 big glaring spots I think I saw in terms of just like being able to help out his team. It will be the damage from Cheese and Eggs there to keep him at bay, but this is going to be 3 members and going to be diving way too deep here. Will not have the damage. Will be Disparogi diving way too deep, trying to use her ult. Will be able to take down the Nunu in the process, but this is a 2v4 fight. Vel'Koz only here in the back, and they're going to have the super minions though knocking the base. IIT, all they got to do is chase at this point. Leona and MF will be there to address that wave, and will resettle the fight down into a 2v2, 3v2 pretty soon with the Vel'Koz in mind, and the Maiden going to be spawned here from J Mars. We'll be able to hopefully land some turrets. Baron buff will die out, but not sure if they're still going to try to look for fights. That's going to be Jerryfish taken very low and instantly popped. No armor will have him shred instantly by the Vayne for sure. Only some MR for the Merc Shreds, but will be about a 35-second death timer there for the Set before he's going to be able to come back into the fight. Another wave of supers here. Koga and MF going to have to keep themselves on it. That means that the damage will not be there from IWU, but the CC will be. J Mar's going to be taken very low, but the turret will fall before it's taking too much damage, and Pyre Windows wants to go for the fight. This is going to be starting out. Could this be the pentakill? Could this be the kill? The stun, no, will fall through. Nice play from Ivory Keys, and what did I say about the CC? That's what will happen. So, GLP 800 is going to be used by Wicked Scotty, but the ult from MF will follow through. Not going to be able to get the kill. She's going to be having the double buff, though, in mind, taken away from the Vayne, and she will be doing some damage. You know, if they're able to keep her healthy enough. There's no armor, except on that Yorick. It's gonna be Cheese and Eggs still, and J-Mars just going for these fights, and looking to close out this game. 28 minutes in, J-Mars will fall though to the MFQ, and she's gonna try her darndest to keep it up. It will be Vel'Koz though. Too much here for IWU to handle. Every single lane just being pushed in, and IIT, this is pretty much the death sentence here for it. Jerryfish, Cheese and Eggs coming up here. It's going to be grabbed instantly by here. Disparogi, too late to the game, but the Vel'Koz ult will be able to kill him with a full channel there. Another GLP 800 being tossed, but not going to land anything. And right now, pretty much just waiting for IIT to reset. Coming in with a 5, coming with some items, and close out this game. Maybe even a Baron, if anything. But 3 inhibs down. Now almost 12k behind, and only the Nexus available as both turrets have fallen. That's going to be a big Vayne there with the IE completed. Pretty much a full. Definitely IWU's ADC, props to him. You know, he's not bad. I think it's really... If Leona was able to do those plays onto Vayne earlier, like that QCC, it would have been able to do a lot more for the team, I think, in terms of team fight potential. But gotta try to see maybe next time. Ivory Keys, I'd focusing the ult maybe on the Vayne next time, but we'll just see. Lifesteal there for Vayne will be able to keep her pretty healthy. And the double Cloud Drake actually, in fact, will be able to keep their ult cooldowns in check. And this Baron will go uncontested as the second Baron will fall in favor of IIT. And this is pretty much the push here to close things out. It's going to be double super minions here pushing their way, but it's a little bit uncoordinated, honestly. It will be the mid here approach. And this is the last stand here for these guys. Cheese and Eggs is going to be coming back with the static, with the Yomus. Will have the damage. MF ult will be taking them, that Disbroki, fairly low to just about half health. But the attacks coming in from all sides. There's going to be the bottom wave here to also converge. And this is just the one play. Pirate Windows is going to be the key player into this. They're not looking like it. This Rogi is going to have to flash himself out of it. The ult there from Vel'Koz will be able to chunk it out, and this is pretty much the last play. Final play here will be able to have the ult from Leona to keep Wicked Scotty pinned. Will be set, having some true damage. Jerryfish will fall down, though, in the process. Bicarbonate stuck between 2 minions and a hard place. Vayne going in for the Nunu. Vayne going for the Galio now. Will fall. IIT takes the game at 31 minutes in, 34-22, 61.7k gold to 48. Well played. Yeah, honorable mention, definitely to Vayne. I don't understand this Leo's. I know Stone play Lockett's right, but you gotta take advantage of the fact that when Vel'Koz with mage supports, after they use their abilities, they're no longer useful. So just keep track of the CD and just go ham. And Vayne early game is atrocious, so kind of sad that they weren't able to pop off or at least really come in until the end game. But that was already too late with the early game from IIT. Yorick and Set. I mean, Set had a nice 1v1, and actually also had all the kills there for his team, but. It's just the damage, and IIT, I don't think they just played against enough Set to actually know what he actually does, but there's definitely some counterplay that he can do. Cheese and Eggs wasn't able to pop off as much, but that Nunu, I felt pretty bad for him. That's rest in peace there for him. Anyway, let's take it back to the, if I had to guess, I would say probably Vayne most damage, and then Scotty, honestly, maybe second. Let's see. Oh, no, it's going to be Scotty most damage. Alright, my bad. Yeah, IWU was not able to have an answer against the against that Vel'Koz poke at all. it is going to be then, I believe, IIT securing themselves at least second place in this group stage. Will only have 2 losses to their names against DePaul, I think, from the first week, and then Northwestern from yesterday. So looking forward to see how they will be doing in the playoff stage, and hopefully get some more exciting games on its way. Um, Definitely GG's to IWU. Best of luck. I think they did pretty well too in their group stage, so I think they should be able to qualify too. All I'm hoping is that we don't get rematched with them again, because that's just, you should be able to try to have as many schools played against, right? In any case, all right. Let's see. We are gonna have some comments here. Notebooks is gonna say, "Watch, I'm about to snap this Nunu's ankles." Azul will say, "If the AD wasn't on MF, she wouldn't do anything." uh, yeah. I mean, she was useful. I'm not gonna discount that. Like, it's definitely MF and Set tried their best. I really just, that poor Nunu was just not able to carry through on the deliverance, and looking like IIT even able to outplay some bugs. I think officially CSL was not supposed to let that go through, but whatever. I mean, IIT being good sportsmanship will be letting that Nunu try to do what he can, but that's going to take it for us for today. Appreciate everyone stopping by for the stream. And later today at 7 p.m. Central, if you're still available and wanting to watch some more league content, I believe we have the A team playing. I don't remember the school's name, but should be an exciting match. As again, I believe they are now 2-1. I want to say in the season, so they've got to try their best to win this game if they want to ensure them going through the CLL group stage. But if not, at least we've got some up and coming talent here with this Division Gold League, right? So, in any case, GG's once again to IWU JV. Illinois Tech Division C will take the victory 2-0. And that's going to do it for us today. My name's Elvin Moy, Epoxy. Thanks for tuning in, and I'm signing off.